On behalf of San Diego County's Probation and General Services Departments, Balfour Beatty Construction, and DLR Group, I want to thank you for the opportunity to provide an update on the Juvenile Justice Campus project. The Probation Department's Kearny Mesa Juvenile Detention Facility has been in the Birdland community since the 1950s. Since that time, the Probation Department has undergone a series of transformations. However, the current facility is still primarily based on the original 1950s-era architecture and limited by the philosophy of that time built into the structures. Today in 2020, we find ourselves on the cutting edge of another historic transformation of the Juvenile Hall. In 2017, the Probation Department convened juvenile justice system stakeholders to reimagine the future of juvenile detention in San Diego County. As a system, we agreed that our detention facilities should look less like a jail and more like a campus. Youth should be housed in home-like buildings and provided the supportive services that research shows has the most positive impact on their lives. For the past 3 years, the Probation Department and Juvenile Justice Partners have been partnering with national experts from Georgetown University's Center for Juvenile Justice Reform to match the Probation Department's operational best practices. This technical assistance is known as the Youth in Custody Practice Model. During our partnership with Georgetown, we've sought their input on the design for this campus to ensure we're not only supporting our youth, but the staff who work in this facility. We've left no detail to chance and believe this new facility will be a national model for other agencies to view. The Juvenile Justice Campus project is the first part of a 3-phase effort to redesign the Probation Department's presence in Birdland. The first phase, which this update covers, is the 96-bed urban camp that includes a new educational complex and program and support buildings. The urban camp is where youth reside after having a true finding or conviction and sentenced to time in custody. When all phases of the Juvenile Justice Campus are completed, the Probation Department will have reduced the number of youth and staff on the campus from its current capacity to reflect a declining juvenile justice population. The footprint of the new urban camp will be on the south half of the property. Some of the public-facing improvements that the community may be excited to see are the replacement of the existing chain-link security fence on the south perimeter with a 15-foot masonry sound wall. Also, following extensive traffic engineering and agency approvals, a new signalized intersection will be installed at Vista Hill Drive and Meadowlark Drive, along with other right-of-way improvements to better manage traffic flow in the streets of the neighborhood. Critical in responding to the neighborhood and site context was creating a green urban campus that is a good neighbor. To accomplish this, all active areas were pushed to the center of the campus. The area behind the housing units near the adjacent residential area is a no man's land. Patios included as part of each housing unit are intended to be quiet areas for reading, studying, counseling, not active recreational courts. The housing buildings are organized along an arcing tree-lined pathway that creates a neighborhood street feeling in lieu of an institutional corridor to the south of the campus. The educational buildings are planned around an open courtyard, similar to schools throughout the county. The courtyard has an amphitheater and other amenities to support both the educational program, recreation, and socialization. The Program and Support Building is located at the western edge of the campus and is the location of the new visitation, cafeteria, and teaching kitchen. Housing buildings are of residential scale and character based on small living units to provide a variety of spaces for youth interaction. A new main entry creates a strong positive image for the facility and the community and provides access not only to the visiting room, but also to culinary arts, dining, the amphitheater, and the gymnasium to encourage positive family and community interaction with youth. A key element of being a good neighbor is the image of the facility portrayed to the public. As the programs and services elevation to Meadowlark is part of the primary security perimeter, it was important to enhance the elevation through the use of multiple materials and colors, a transparent and inviting entry with a visitor arrival plaza, and the use of overhangs and other devices to relieve what would otherwise be an institutional appearance. This is a high-level overview of the schedule for the project. Through early May 2020, the project has been in pre-construction with design and planning for the new facility. Construction activities began in May 2020, and the buildings are projected to be substantially complete at the end of 2021. After the new buildings are occupied, a second increment of work will begin, which includes demolition of the existing administration building on Meadowlark Drive and construction of a new parking lot along Meadowlark Drive, which will be completed by May of 2022. We are all excited to see the urban camp project breaking ground and the positive impacts it will have on the community. Our commitment to creativity, certainty, and a strong partnership with the community of San Diego will stretch the boundaries of what is possible for positive youth development.